Hi guys, good day. I am Nina Lorren Ultanero, and for today's video, I am going to discuss to you Lesson 5 titled Filipino Traits and Characteristics. Without further ado, let's now start the discussion.
Filipino. We Filipinos firmly believe that our country has the best values and traits in the world. Although we have been colonized by several countries, many core values from our ancestors remained intact and are still honored to this day. Filipinos are not perfect, but we have great characteristics and qualities every one of us should be proud of. We are already knowledgeable that we are being colonized by Spaniards, Americans, and Japanese. We cannot deny the fact that there are few traits from them that we are influenced by. We are practicing those traits up to these days. Some of those traits may be positive or negative. There's no such thing as perfect. Those positive traits have made us known for being this kind of Filipino, as well as the negative traits. For some, they will say, ganyan naman talaga kayo mga Pinoy eh. It can be a compliment, but at the same time, it could be a sarcasm. Let's now discuss the positive traits of Filipinos. First in the list, in the positive traits, faith in God. Filipinos are very devoted people. Religion is very important and they make sure God is the center of their lives. They place their moral values in religion. Filipinos are very conservative and traditional. These kinds of traits that are inclined to be religious. Well, it's not bad that we are like that, putting God first in the center of everything, because we believe that He is the Almighty that will help us to go through in every difficult situation we are in. The next trait is close family ties. Family is everything. Filipinos make sure that every one of the family members is present in every important occasion in their lives. I can attest to that. I grow without a sibling, but I am close with my relatives, even the extended one. It runs in the Filipino blood to have close family ties. Before the pandemic, we make sure to hold a reunion for the family, a bonding that all the family members in the family are present as much as possible. Family is love for Filipinos. That's where everything starts. We don't leave family behind. We practice this utang na loob for our parents and family to whom we owe the sacrifices for us to be this person today. We always make sure to give help when a family member needs one. We got each other's back. That is close family ties. Welcoming to visitors. Filipinos are very hospitable. We love to welcome visitors and entertain them with good foods and conversation. Food is very special when they are guests. We love the conversations with our friends who visit us. It might be a relative or someone we know. It might be a co-worker. We love to host parties. We make sure that we prepare good food and entertainment for the visitors. Celebrations like birthdays, anniversaries, weddings, or any celebrations, we make sure our visitors or guests are well taken care of. Obedient and dutiful. In Filipino culture, the opinion of our elders in a certain situation is important. We follow what advices they will give because they're ahead of us. We are dependent on them in so many ways. We have so much trust with our elders. We know their words are helpful since they have more experience than us. Their words have more sense than what we think. Just like our parents, we are obedient to them because we are our parents. They know what is good and bad for us because they already have experienced it in life. They aren't just afraid that we might commit a mistake and regret it at the end of the day. They know if things are good for us because they encourage us to do so. We entrust our lives to them. What they will say, we follow. Respectful. Filipinos have grown up being taught to show respect to the elders. Pagbamano is one of the gestures that shows respect and saying opo and po. It is one of the best traits every Filipino has. I know for some we have this trait, but we have our own way of showing respect to someone and to our elders. Pagmamano doesn't get old. For every Filipino household, this is being practiced. The moment we leave our house, we do this to our parents or grandparents, and the moment we arrive in our house, we do that. Using opo and po when talking to someone is also showing respect to them. We can't just talk casually to the person we know for the first time. So we use a formal tone and be respectful to them by using po and opo. Helpful. The spirit of bayanihan always lives in every Filipino's heart. In times of calamities or disaster, we always reach out to help our fellow Filipinos. This trait is the best trait of Filipinos. Remember the Odette that struck us last December 16, 2021? It brought destruction to several places in the Philippines. There is no electric supply, no telecommunications, or no signal. There is no water supply, gasoline is being hoarded, the ATM machines are offline, limited supply of food. It was really hard for some Filipinos. The fact that the majority of the people lost their home. The spirit of bayanihan came, and in our place, our neighbor let us borrow their car so that we could fetch water from another place. Some people who have a deep well sell it for a cheaper price since a lot of people need water. As long as there is water where people can get it, it was fine. People who use their generator to help others in charging their phone or gadgets and flashlight, even though we need to pay, though it was not that so expensive. Receiving help or goods from the people who have the means to give. A lot of calamities Filipinos have been through, but we always do our best to help one another because that is us. And even though we don't have enough, but we still do our best to give help. Diligent and patient. Filipinos are very hardworking people. As long as it will help them to survive in life, they will be patient enough to work hard for it. We are the most patient people in the world. We really have a big storage for patience within us. We work hard for the things we want to get and the things we need to have. We know that at the end of this hard work, there will be a sweet victory for us. We will get through difficult situations because we believe that the hard work pays off. Resourceful and creative. Filipinos doesn't limit themselves, finding ways and alternatives to accomplish something from A to Z solutions just to solve the problem we are in. Filipinos are the best for looking for alternatives just to make our lives easier. I guess we are influenced with this trait by American. We don't settle for less, but we strive to look for better solutions to our problems. We are resourceful when we don't have the means or the materials we need. We do our best to improvise from the materials we have or create something new out of the materials that are available. Cheerful. Filipinos love to smile. We don't dwell too much with our problems. Instead, we made out something fun out of it. We believe that things will be fine at the end of the day. We just laugh it out with corny jokes. Filipinos are cheerful. Of course, we can attest to that. And we are even witness with that. Even though we are in the most difficult situation, we choose to laugh it out instead of dwelling on it. We live in a country that in a year there are numbers of calamities we need to go through, but we defeat those by smiling, cracking some jokes that will make us feel better. We even make jokes out of the situation we are in. That us, Filipinos, are best in resiliency. Thrifty and frugal. We value our things more than anything. It is the fruit of our labor. We therefore make sure we do not waste them. We buy only what is necessary and which will serve us for a long time. Filipinos are known to be kuripot, as what it is called in Tagalog. We only spend on what we really need. Sometimes we spend on what we want and try our best to keep them. An example, when we have a piece of clothing that has been with us for so long, even though it is torn or it does not look good, but we continue to wear it as long as we can, still use it because we always say it is sayang if we throw it, and it made us comfortable wearing it. Also, we tend to keep the things because there is a sentimental value to us. So we use it until we can't already. We always and try our best to buy things that will stay for us for a long time. We are now done discussing the different positive Filipino traits under characteristics. Of course, if there is positive, there are also negative traits. As what I said, we're not perfect. We don't only possess good traits, but as well as bad. Let us now start discussing the negative traits of Filipinos. The first on the list in the negative traits is nignas kugon, a trait of Filipinos that we are so good from the start, but we don't finish what we started. Long-term goal is not for everyone. Truly, long-term goals are not just for everyone. Sometimes we fail to continue the journey because it feels like it is not for us. When at the first step, we are so eager but we want the result, but we are not ready for the journey and the process. Filipinos have this, and I can even attest to this because it happens to me many times. I have a lot of goals that I ignored. I started it, so excited, but in the middle of the journey, I quit. I just feel it is not for me. Maybe these traits sometimes help us to know to what is really meant for us. but sometimes we just have to pursue it so that we'll not have any regrets. And sometimes we have to continue the journey because it will help us. The next trait is mañana habit. It is doing the task later on instead of doing it now. This is a very negative trait of Filipinos. A very bad trait of Filipinos, procrastination at its finest. We love to do our tasks later, or tomorrow, because we believe we still have time. And on the day of the deadline, we will be panicking because we have a limited time to finish it. Students are a great example for this because sometimes we just love to procrastinate, especially when we are drained. This trait should not be tolerated. We have to practice that if we have this ample time to finish it today or before the deadline, then let's do it. Crab mentality. Pulling someone down who achieved greater than you. A person who is jealous with the success of others. Filipino traits that I hate the most. Being jealous of the success of others and pulling them down because we're not happy for them. This kind of trait is so bad. Instead of lifting each other, we laugh at their downfall. We need to be happy for the success of others. They did their best to have the success. They work hard for it, and they deserve it. Colonial mentality, inferiority of products that is being made from the other country. When it is US made, we know the quality is the best, so we buy more of it rather than buying on local brands. We lost the tangkilikin ang sariling atin. Even the lifestyle of Filipinos is more likely like American. We choose products that are made from America, even it costs as much. For some, they said it is a good investment, but we forgot our local products. We are eaten up with the system of buying goods made from the other country because their product is good quality. Another could be made in China products. We buy those goods because it is cheaper despite the quality. Bahala na. An expression when we don't know anymore what to do with our problem. Instead of having a concrete plans, we just shake it off and go with the flow with our problem. Sometimes when we don't know anymore, we just use this bahala na. We tend to settle for less because we already don't have anything to give. We don't have better solutions or we're just too tired to go further, so we just shake it off and think that it will be fine, even though there is 20% chance that it will be really okay. Sore losers. A trait of Filipino that hate being defeated, a competitive attitude that sometimes leads into undesirable event. When we hate being defeated with someone in a competition, or even if we are not in a competition, we only wanted that we are even, like no one is going to win unless it will be me. Sometimes we choose violence in order to win and gain the attention or the award. Lastly, lack of discipline. Filipinos sometimes don't follow rules, even the easiest rules. Jaywalking, the proper segregation of garbage, and so on. They're just the things that Filipinos do. A lot of Filipinos have this trait. We want betterment for the country, but we lack of discipline. Even the simplest instructions or rules we cannot easily follow. Every mistake we make, there will always be a consequence of it. That is why this trait should be changed and practiced following rules and regulation. This is not only for the country, but also for ourselves. We are now done discussing Filipino traits and characteristics. I hope you learned something from it. Thank you so much for listening, and I am Lorren Ultanero. Till next time. See you!